fellas, we have time for just one more segment, and this is, of course, our Jam of the Week. Oh, and this is, of course, the immortal Jimi Hendrix with his song Purple Haze.
Hey.
See? I was playing that one out. Rob Haze is on the show. I was like, what is a good jam? I was like, gotta be Purple Haze from Mr. Haze. So this song comes out in 1967 and is currently sitting at 17 million views on YouTube because the Hendrix family only put it on YouTube like 2 years ago.
Okay, I was about to say,
right?
Dang.
Yeah.
A lot of songs
these days.
Purple Haze.
And it's got 7,962 YouTube comments, and y'all, I found the best. So let us now go down into the YouTube section, or the comment section rather, of YouTube to see what the people have to say about Jimi Hendrix's Purple Haze. First up, this one is from Colton Ruse from 2 years ago. I have a 1995 GMC Sierra.
Okay.
My school colors are purple and gold, and I think it would be badass to paint the truck plum or candy purple and call it Purple Haze written on the back glass. Anyone think that's a good idea?
Yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I hope you did
Candy
it.
purple for sure. Wait, yeah, paint that Sierra candy.
Yeah.
Candy coat it. It's been like $4,000.
Oh, no. You go to Mako and get that shit done for like $199.
Hey, man. You gotta ask that on every Jimi Hendrix song.
Yeah.
Not just Purple Haze. Ask that on Foxy.
Yeah.
Ask that on the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
Ask that. Ask that on the Hollywood Hulk Hogan theme music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Voodoo Child. Next up, Alf from 1 year ago.
Oh, I love Alf.
It's ALTH. Alf.
I hate this Alf.
Alf from a year ago. If I had a time machine, fuck making history and becoming someone who stops war or a certified genius by teaching new information. I'm gonna go see Jimmy perform with my 2 fucking eyes.
Come on, man.
All right.
So he wants to not be blind anymore.
Yeah, I guess so. But also, you could do those other things, and then also, I don't know, it doesn't have to be one or the other kind of thing.
I wish I was around when Jimmy was hanging out with Rick James. You know, Rick James started under Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, and he played in a band called the Minor Birds with Neil Young when he skipped the Navy and went to Canada.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to hear.
He's from Buffalo, so it wasn't that far.
Yeah. I've just always really wanted to hear the Rick James Neil Young collaboration. It just never happened. Next up, Lily Rose from 1 year ago. My brother's middle name is Jimi Hendrix. My middle name is Janis Joplin. Our parents were hippies. Our birth certificates look like a joke. So this person's name is Lily Janis Joplin Rose.
How old is Lily?
I don't know.
I hope Lily makes it to 28.
This one is I hate Democrats from 7 months ago. And I love the way this is put. When this song plays, I immediately smoke weed and life becomes wonderful again. And if you disagree, you don't know how to live. I just like the phrase, like he's in a fucking CVS and he's like, just immediately,
Why are you putting politics in Jimi Hendrix?
That's just his username. He just, that goes before everything, you know.
He has to inject his feelings.
Yeah. If he's commenting on someone building a coffee table or on a video, whatever it is, you just gotta know that.
When it's like, yeah, I'm just going to assume Jimi Hendrix would have hated this man.
All right. Oh, yeah.
And that's a weird thing about, we all do comedy. There's people that we would hate that might find us funny, and that's so weird because you want to tell them, like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know? I hope Jimi Hendrix haunts this guy and ruins his weed, steals it.
That maybe Jimmy meets a guy like that, and he's like, I'm going to set my guitar on fire.
And I'm going to light my bowl on it when you do because I have to smoke weed immediately. Jeff Shepard from 3 years ago, and I'm just going to assume a British person wrote this based on one of the uses of words. My all-time guitar hero, Merry Christmas. Pissed here, hence the spelling, LOL. Just as well, the wife is not typing. She's spewing up the crap wine we drank.
Okay.
So it's Christmas.
What's the date on the comment?
3 years ago. So 3 years ago, presumably on Christmas, this guy's like, I'm drunk. My wife is throwing up. Here I am. Deal with me.
This is a song I put on to cover up my wife's
puking,
hacking and vomiting. And then I smoke weed.
And then I immediately smoke weed.
No one to talk to on Christmas.
John Doomba from 1 year ago. Anyone still listening to this masterpiece? Year 2021, month June, the 10th of. This bro will never die. His music will be listened forever. I go make smoke. My girlfriend maybe wants me. Maybe not. She was talking strange on the phone before.
You're too high.
I know. I love the phrase, I go make smoke. That's almost as good as I immediately smoke. Reef the Beef.
It's always interesting.
Reef the Beef.
There's some good ones in there.
It's always interesting when there's a drug song and people are like, I put this song on to do the drug.
Oh,
this
yeah.
song is about.
Yeah.
Well, this guy's living vicariously. Reef the Beef from 1 year ago. My local rock radio station plays this song all the time. The DJ definitely smokes up when this song plays. He even said it's a really smoky workplace, LOL. It's like, I promise you he's not doing that.
Yeah.
Working for a Clear Channel radio.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Listen to Jack FM, like, yeah, I'm smoking weed. Are you guys?
I remember in high school one time, sitting in a shed, skipping school, listening to the radio, and they play "Sweet Leaf" by Black Sabbath.
Oh,
and
hell
my
yeah.
friend goes, "Oh yeah, I bet I know what time it is." Flips open his phone. It's 4:20 exactly. And he's like,
course.
"No, this DJ gets high." So I'm going to assume this person's in high school also to be thinking stuff like that.
Or in school high.
So Eunice Veloso from 5 months ago. This is one of my favorites, but I agree on one thing. Some Jimi Hendrix songs are literally psychotropic. I don't do drugs except cigarettes, and my mind gets altered in a very good way. I'm totally addicted. My brain actively changes when I listen and feel it.
People who don't know what feelings are.
Oh no, she has more to say.
If psychotropic's a real word, I don't want to hang out with this person.
Yeah. I don't do drugs except for cigarettes. If you could just say I don't do drugs.
I like how when people who don't understand feelings or emotions are like, this does something to me I can't explain. It's called your brain's enjoying it. And you don't know what
you
that
like
feels
the song. Yeah. I got a couple more here. Anthony Harris from 6 months ago. Purple Haze is the top drawer of acid. The finest made acid in the world. It's called a trip ticket. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. You only wish you were that high to kiss the sky. We knew how awesome Jimmy was because we were there. Open your mind. Get your mind together. Kiss the sky. It ain't about a guy, but a woman. A real woman. She's got the ticket to ride. Kiss the sky. A real woman. Excuse me while I kiss Jimmy. The girl who put a spell on Jimmy. Haze all in my brain. Kisses.
Man, that's a full-on trip psychosis right there.
Where's the sky cut off?
I don't know.
Like if you walk outside and kiss, you didn't kiss the sky?
I mean,
how low does the sky go? What's under the sky?
The ionosphere, I guess.
I thought it's ground and then sky.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so too.
If you're an ant, where's the
ground
sky?
and then air and then sky?
Yeah.
Okay. There's ground, air, big air.
Oh,
yeah,
and then
point.
the sky.
Yeah, and then space after
And then
that.
space after that.
I think that we would get along with that guy.
Yeah.
John Brand from 2 years ago. I can remember my senior year in high school. We were waiting to pick up our senior class pictures, listening to Jimi Hendrix on cassette and talking. It was,
and talking.
And then he says, it was one of my better memories. I'm like, that's the saddest man of all time.
I remember when I was having a conversation.
I remember picking up the pictures. I don't remember nothing that was in the picture, whether I look good or not. But when we went to go pick up the picture, highlight of my life.
People were talking to me. You wouldn't believe it. No one ever talks to me.
It's because I drove.
Yeah.
If somebody else would have drove, I might not have made it in the car. But because I drove to pick up the pictures, highlight of my life.
This one is similarly sad. Mikey LP Sessions from 2 years ago. Brian Stired, Saturday, December 27th, 1997. It will live on my memory forever as one of the most life-changing evenings ever. My first experience smoking pot. We had planned...
I thought someone got murdered.
I know. That's why I love this so much. We had planned it out very carefully. I slept over that night. We'd listened to my dad's new Fleetwood Mac album. It was called The Dance. He'd got it for Christmas, but then promptly borrowed it. After we were sure that Bruce and Pat had crashed out, we snuck out and walked to Maloney Elementary School. We found a nice tucked away spot from Street View. You packed the bowl in a nice small metal pipe that was easy to conceal. I got a little scared and almost backed out. You assured me that everything was going to be fine and showed me how to suck the smoke and breathe in some regular air. I took 3 big hits, coughed my ass off, gave you a huge hug, and said thank you. You said sure, but I think what you meant was, what are friends for? And we headed back to the house. You then asked me one of the most important questions of my life. What do you want to listen to? The pot was starting to kick in, and my brain was caught off guard by such an important decision I had to make. I lowered my head.
I hate those people. I hate those people. Like, what do you want to play? Oh, it's so. I don't know. Like, what do I play? It's so much pressure. No, it's not. Just hit play.
This is why weed is bad.
He says I lowered my head a little and took some time. Took some time to think of all the amazing music, and then with a certain amount of enlightenment and a wide-eyed madness, I raised my head up and answered back, Hendrix.
And your friend was probably like, "Are you?" That took like 3 minutes. Are you okay?
It sounds like you in the digital age because you let them pick from anything.
Yeah, this is 97. It's like, it seems like you had a CD binder with like 10 things to choose from. He says, it was as if I had unlocked the secret of Atlantis and I couldn't have made a better choice. You'd recently acquired and been listening to Jimi Hendrix, and I was hearing him more and more on the radio and VH1. Perfect time. I could never imagine or even properly describe how much it would impact me. It was a ride. I'm like, that honestly is such a boring night. I can't believe it.
Surefire way to get caught by the police is going to smoke at the elementary school.
Everything about it is so stupid.
Bringing a bong to the elementary school, wild.
Drugs
in the school zone. That's like twice the penalty.
Because the cops are just looking for people to just do goofy stuff at a school. Like, they won't mess with you if you go to adult places.
Just find some woods
and do drugs where they used to people doing drugs. But or go to the woods.
Go to the woods.
But going to a school is one of the dumbest things you can do.
Oh, yeah. And finally, speaking of the cops, Brog from 7 months ago. My dad was telling me how this song changed his life. He was a thug and a carjacker back in high school. And while he was in juvie, he heard the song from a car outside of the window of his jail cell. And when he got out, he never jacked again nor took drugs.
Okay. All right, Jimmy turned his dad's life around.
And
his dad told you his story in confidence.
Yeah.
And then you went to the YouTube comments and told your dad's business.
I just like that you would hear a passing car playing, and then like that would be it, and then just you're like,
That's how it happens.
I'm changing my life now. Everything is different.
Barry White said he was locked up. He heard It's Now or Never by Elvis while he was in jail.
Yeah.
And he decided to become a musician.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, take that ride out of jail. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. That is Jimi Hendrix Experience with Purple Haze, our jam of the week.